So in this relationship, there was a lot of control on his behalf. There was a lot of control on his behalf. There was a lot of domestic violence. It was really bad, and to the point where it was just like, what? Like, why are we doing this? You get what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to be with somebody that doesn't value you? That doesn't. I mean, at some point, you can also say that I didn't value him.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tim's Bros Podcast. I'm your host, Tim. I'm here with the greatest coffee maker of all time.
The greatest ever.
Dino. Shout out to Dino.
What up?
And then we also have my lovely wife, as usual, producing the show, Karla. She's back there doing her thing, getting them angles, if you know what I mean. So, no, we are really excited. This is our third episode. We are the number one trending podcast
in the world
right now.
Check the stats. Check it all over.
The numbers just came in. We checked the numbers, and we are number one trending.
That's for sure.
It's crazy. All right, we are just dominating these charts right now. My mom's really proud of me. I think
mom too.
Yeah. So we went up to 3 viewers now. 3. First episode we had 1. We were at 2. The second one, and now we're at 3 because your mom has now joined us. Her and her couponing.
Hey! Don't talk about my mom like that, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I love you, by the way. But no, we are extremely excited to have our next guest here.
Yeah.
You guys just met, right?
Yeah.
I've never met before.
I met her. Yeah, I did. She was actually one of my first mix preps, and I met her at the shoot for Sentido.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know if you remember, but I was like I was probably very awkward because I was like, hey, bro, I never met them. Like, I don't know who they are. Like, can I speak? Like, I wanted to take some behind the scenes stuff. And afterwards, I was like, hey, man, I was thinking of Dink, but I don't know if they were going to, like, get mad at me. And you're like, nah, bro, they're cool. Like, they would have been okay with it. So I was really like, oh, hey guys. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Like, because
I
I think that's when I first came to town and everyone started like, hey, who's this guy? It's my assistant. Like,
who's this random guy getting him
this
coffee
guy?
and this laundry, taking care of his kid and taking him to school? Who's this guy?
I have to throw up all over me.
Golly, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and bring her on the podcast. Welcome, La Ruby, everybody. Big round of applause. Ruby, what's up? How's it going? How you doing?
Hey, good.
Yeah? Dude, It's nice to have you. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for hanging out with us a little bit.
Of course. Thanks I feel honored. I mean,
yeah.
come on.
You should, because you're on the number one trending podcast.
You're on the number one trending podcast.
You should.
Yeah. I mean, we are on our way up right now.
I mean, I see that.
It doesn't mean that we're number one podcast in the world. It means that we're on our way. We're number one trending upwards. So
yeah, I mean, I believe
crazy.
it. I mean,
the analytics, you can see it right here on here.
Oh my God, no, look.
I'll show you later though.
Yeah.
But no. Thank you so much for coming out. We're really, really excited for you to come out and be here with on our third episode.
Of course.
So this is fairly new, but thank you so much.
Of course, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
So everybody definitely wants to know, where'd you get your start?
Dude, pues I mean, hello, I come from a I come from a musical family. But grew up singing obviously with my mom and my family. But where I got my start was I was in a group called Grace. And it's a group that Bishop T.D. Jakes put together. And it was 3 African-American girls, a white girl, and I was the Latina of the group. Yeah,
Latino gang.
Yes, I was like, but it was good. That's where I got to experience like real studio time, real vocal production, real stage production, real like, okay, you have to do this whenever you're, what is it called? Staging. That was the first time that I ever experienced like real live staging. Like there was like legit a person like, okay, whenever you're standing right here, you have to sing to this part of the audience. You can't look this way. Or you have to directly, be singing to this side of the audience because they want to connect with you too. So it was then when I really, started my singing career, like for real. there at the Potter's house. And whenever Bishop was just like, hey, like, I want you to be a part. And I was like, let's do it.
And you guys went on tour with Destiny's Child, right?
Almost.
They were competing with them.
But I am gonna say, Michelle Williams was definitely at one of our shows.
Really?
She definitely was.
Oh, watch out!
So same time, Tyler Perry was there. Like
Okay.
everybody in their
was this
moms
before Medea, or was this like?
It was during.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he was definitely.
Yeah, and I was like,
there.
dude, I know you. I think he wasn't wearing his wig, obviously. Like, he was actually
He obviously
Tyler Perry.
didn't look like an old woman, old
not.
black woman. Yeah, he looked like a normal black
dude. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's sick. So, what year was that?
That was we got signed 2015.
2015. Nice.
I believe 2015. Yeah, it was 2014, 2015.
And you went on tour for how long?
We were on tour for anywhere where Bishop went we were there.
Oh, okay.
So wherever he flew out to, we were right there with him.
Oh, that's dope. That's really
our
cool.
contract ended 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was 2015 to 2017. It was 2 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. No, that's really, really dope. So in that span, what's like one of the craziest things that happened to you guys on tour? Because a lot. This is like a number one question that everybody asks any touring musician, anybody who goes on the road, right?
Yeah,
it's like, yo, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you? Like, what is the best one that's happened to you?
The best one. Can I start with like the creepiest one?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
yeah. No, we want
whatever you want.
We want the craziest, creepiest thing that's ever happened to you. Yeah, for sure.
Well, it didn't directly happen to me, but it happened to the group. Like, it was all collective. One of the girls had like a mega fan. One of the girls in our group had like a super mega fan. So
you mean stalker? Super fan, stalker.
In other words,
so yeah, in not so nice terms. Yeah, that's what you meant. Okay.
So essentially, this girl starts stalking our like Instagrams. She tries to befriend all of us individually. She would show up to every place we were, singing, ministering, performing, whatever. She was always there, front row, like, until we had to be like, hey, security.
Security. Hey, we need that soundbite on it.
Yeah, mark that down.
Security.
Oh, yeah, I need that.
Yeah, we need that one.
No, but yeah, that was the craziest thing. Essentially, we were just like, oh my God, all creeped out. So that was one of the craziest things. I think the best thing that happened to me was really, going to like the more spiritual side. Like, it was just very impacting. We were at the American Airlines. It was one time whenever we performed, Chrisette Michelle pulled in. I don't know if you know who she is, but yes, Chrisette Michelle. She sang a song with us. And afterwards, whenever we were like in the green room, like, there was some people working the venue, and they were able to, tell us that our music was impacting them. And one of them specifically came to me and she's like, hey, your testimony, like, it's definitely me. And she's like, I can resonate with your testimony. And I just think that you're bold for, expressing yourself and still showing the world that it doesn't matter what you've been through, like, God is still on your side and look what you're doing. So that was one of the coolest things, is that to be able to be on that platform and I wasn't really exposing my testimony at the time like that, but it's the ones that were watching closely that were able to be like, oh my God, I know your story. Like, wow. And I was just like, man, I think that was the best thing that happened, because I was like, wow, like, it's not, nothing that happened in my past, like, it didn't go to the trash. Like, God had something better. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was one of the best things that happened.
Why don't we talk a little bit, if you don't mind, talk a little bit about your story. So, as if people don't know, I obviously produce your music now.
Of course.
And
the best producer.
She decided to downgrade. So she was like, "Let me find."
Let me stop. I'm gonna stop this real quick, Tim. So, I want you to explain, Ruby, how you and Tim, met. But I was told that I used to have a producer before Tim.
I did.
So yeah, give us a little.
That's why I said she downgraded.
Yeah, give us a little.
Well, shout out to my ex producer.
Yeah. It sounds like a bad relationship.
It does. No, but he's still.
I think a piece of ice just went up my nose. It's not supposed to go that way.
No, Dammy's
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
Still he did my first whole EP. And I mean, he's amazing. He's from London. Like he's
no, he's dope.
He's super cool producer.
But
yeah,
going back to it, So I obviously I now produce your music, and when we were songwriting, I remember the first song. Going back to your testimony, we were songwriting, and I remember in our songwriting session, like, hey, you know. Obviously, the music's going to be fun. It's going to be out there. It's going to be very like something that people can dance to and have fun to. But let's also not just scratch the surface. Let's go deeper.
Yeah.
And let's talk about what you've been through. So I remember when I met you, I didn't know for the longest time, because you are the most like out there, fun, bubbly. Like anybody that doesn't know Ruby's like, she's usually the life of the party, very A-type personality. So essentially, when I met you, I was like, man, this is her. And I did not know that you had a little bit deeper, darker side to you. You know what I mean? Like from your past.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people know that. So when we went in that writing session, we're like, all right, let's do something really, really deep. Let's not scratch the surface. And we ended up doing your actual testimony, your story.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, if you can talk a little bit about that. And I think also it just helps maybe other people that might be either going through it or have seen somebody go through it, or just to show that you're a vulnerable person. You know what I mean? A lot of people see artists, or they see up-and-coming artists, or like you, who you've been on a big stage before, but people don't really know the stuff that you've been through, right? Or it's one of those things like, oh, yeah, this person's probably been through stuff, because everybody's been through stuff, but they just don't know the details.
Right.
So for all you hermanas chismosas, you're about to hear what's, you know.
This one is for you.
This one's for you. So you can go tell it at your
This
church.
is why we're going to be trending, right?
This is why, I'm just saying, this is why we're #1 trending, is because we talk about
hello.
these kind of issues. You know what I mean? Other podcasts don't. They just sit there and talk about church life the entire time. No shade, but yeah, tell us a little bit about your story. You were married at one point.
I was married at one point.
That's crazy.
It's super crazy.
Yeah.
I still
how
look
long?
back and I was like, what? ¿Qué pasó?
Yeah, like, oh my gosh. So,
What happened?
It wasn't the Lord.
How long were you in that relationship for?
I was in that relationship for a couple of years. It was on and off. So I really, like, if you put it all together, honestly, all these years, if you crumble them into one, all in one, it was probably like 2 solid years, right? But it just felt like forever. It was literally like probably like four years of this relationship, but it was super on and off. And so, yeah, I mean, I was married at one point, and not a lot of people know that.
And so what exactly, once again, just kind of diving deeper into the story, what exactly happened in that relationship that was so toxic, that was so crazy, that we ended up writing a song about it?
We ended up writing a song about it. So in this relationship, there was a lot of control on his behalf. There was a lot of control on his behalf. There was a lot of domestic violence. It was really bad, you know, and to the point where it was just like, why are we doing this? You get what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to be with somebody that doesn't value you, that doesn't, I mean, at some point you can also say that I didn't value him at some point, you know, and so I take responsibility where I lacked. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So there was a lot of that. There was a lot of back and forth. There was an age gap, super huge age gap. I was 18, 19. He was 29, 30. You know, so that's a whole almost, it was probably like 11 and a half, 12 years.
He was rocking the cradle for sure.
He definitely was. And he got made fun of it for a long time. Like his work buddies were like, hey, we're going out. Oh, you can't take your wife. Yeah. She's not of age.
Oh my goodness, that is insane.
So there was a lot of, stuff like that. It was super awkward. He was married previously, he had children. Wow. So it was just, I had to deal with a lot of like, his age group, me still trying to figure out who I was. I was barely coming out of high school, college, barely going into college, and just trying to find who I was, and then still also having to learn how to treat children that were also 10 years younger than me.
Oh my God.
So you get what I'm saying? So it was like his kids were his oldest was 10 years younger than me. He was 10 years, almost 10 plus years older than me. And then I was like stuck in the middle. And I'm just like, oh my God, I have to deal with the span of.
You guys sound like the Brady Bunch. God.
Dude, so I had to deal with a lot of different personalities and different, different seasons. It was a lot. But yeah, overall, I mean, this relationship was very toxic for the both of us.
So you had told me one time and we wrote this in the song essentially, like, and some people think it's like metaphorical,
If it is
and
not.
it was like not metaphorical
It's
at all.
so literal.
It was very literal. People are like, oh, that's a great lyric. It's like, no, this actually happened. But
were you still defending him? Like at
that
times when
point-
people would, I'm pretty sure people approached you and like,
Yeah. So a lot of the time, yes, I'd be like, no, it's fine. Like I fell but like the typical, oh, I fell, I bumped my head, or no, like, I slipped in the shower.
And did you ever experience that? Like your parents, you never experienced that with your parents?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I
wow.
did. So
this was like second nature to you.
yeah.
Almost.
So I felt like I was reliving my mom's life.
Oh, wow.
Not to like put my family on
No,
blast,
no,
right?
right,
But
absolutely.
there was some domestic violence in my household.
Sure.
So growing up, seeing that, it was kind of like, like always seeing my mom defend us, or I saw that growing up. So for me, it was like, oh, my mom stuck it out, so can I. You get what I'm saying? Like this is what happened, so can I. I can also be as strong, and I can also fight for my marriage.
Yeah.
I can also have that marriage that's like, boom, like, man, you see how the enemy tried to tear us apart, but God, right?
Oh, man.
So for me, it was a lot that, because my mom was like, no, but God really did that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
we love you, God.
Exactly.
You were like that? You were
Yeah,
that
like
guy?
that. I was like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
So essentially that's what it was for me. I was like, nah, like, I mean, my parents now, my dad's amazing to my mom. Like,
That's
it's
awesome.
it's incredible how you see the shift in their
Right.
relationship, their marriage. I mean,
amazing.
now they're about to celebrate 40 years of marriage. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. So, I was kind of like, oh yeah, my mom did it, so can I. Eventually, I was like, I'm out. I cannot die here. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't die here. There's too much life in me. But at the time, I didn't know how to value myself either. Yeah. So I didn't know how to kind of break off of it. So yeah, going back to what you said, yes, I would definitely defend him at times. But yeah, at the end, I was like, no, I can't.
And would you say that you're completely healed from that relationship?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, so if anybody is going through this right now, that's listening to the #1 trending podcast in the country, what would you?
I love it.
What would you tell them how to heal? And obviously the cliche answer, and I'm not trying to make that seem bad at all, but like, turn to the Lord. Obviously we know that. We're not going to say that. But what is maybe something else that you can give us for someone to heal? Like, I was literally like domestic violence, and like that's mental pain and physical pain. How do you heal from that? Like, what do you do?
Honestly, what helped me, I kind of asked the Lord, like,
sure, yeah,
I kind of stopped. I was like,
like, wait a minute,
my cliche answer. No, but honestly, I asked the Lord when I actually came back home, and I had the conversation with my family, like, hey, I need y'all. I need to stay somewhere. I asked the Lord to surround me with people who could support me. And I really asked, like, I was like, hey, like, I don't want to go back to my friends that party. I don't want to fall into alcoholism. I don't want to fall into drugs. Like, I don't want to be depressed, because really I was in a dark depression for 2 weeks after I came back home. And 2 weeks, I mean, honestly, if you look at it, that's nothing. That's nothing. People fall into depression for months, for years, and they don't know how to escape it. But I remember, like, after the depression, I would literally, in my mom's house, I have a blackout room. My room was a blackout room, had blackout curtains, so it was super dark and super cold. Like, I had my AC like at 60.
Like a vampire.
But really, after that, I kind of snapped out of it, and I was like, there's more. There has to be more. I had to see the bright side to everything, and really, I had to see who I was. Like, first of all, I'm bomb. Second, like, I light up the room. My personality is so bubbly. I love to love on people. If I stayed stuck in a depression, like, people wouldn't be able to experience that type of person that I am. So I kind of had to really ask the Lord, like, Lord, surround me with people who can help me out of this. Surround me with people who love you more than I can either ever think of loving you. Like, and so at that point, God literally separated me from old friends. Whenever I tell you I was alone for probably like 6 months. I didn't get a text message. I didn't get a phone call from anybody. And I was like, Lord, I told you to replace those friends. Like, don't leave me just up here dry. Like, dang.
Yeah.
But really, the Lord replaced those people with people my age, a little bit older than me, who were crazy about him. And for me, it was like, wow, like, okay,
good.
like, I know that there's more out there and you are real, so essentially I asked the Lord to surround me with people who can help me out of this, and I really started valuing myself. I started doing things that I wasn't allowed to do. Like, I started going to the gym. I started writing. I got into video editing like crazy, and that became my super like escape. Like, I would literally just record stuff on my phone and just go edit and post. Like, I just do something. I began, I had a hobby, but I also moved very far away from that guy. Like, I moved far. And so, I mean, that's one of the things that I would say, like, to someone, like, find yourself. Don't isolate yourself purposely. But if the Lord has you isolated, it's for a reason. Like, it's for a reason. It's to really like mold you, not to allow you to be in a darker depression. It's really to mold you and to help you find your identity. Because whenever you're in a place like that, you can kind of be influenced by anybody, like, hey, let's go party. Hey, let's go do this. Hey, you're this. Hey, you're that. Oh my God, all this happened to you. How sad. Like, you have to also find like people who can mentor you, and not criticize you and not feel bad for you. That was one of the things for me. I didn't want anybody to feel bad for me. I didn't want somebody like, oh, pobrecita. I would have been like, bro, then, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not talking anymore.
Yeah.
Ya no te voy a decir nada. I'm good.
But like I said, like I mentioned before, what a lot of people don't know, when I first met Ruby, I cannot lie. I mean, she was like the happiest person I knew. You know what I mean? And you were really like outgoing and out there. And so when you told me that, it's not that I thought you were lying. I was just like, dang, like, what the heck? I just got really morbid. I got really dark, and I did not know that. And it's the same thing, and not to throw Dino under the bus or nothing like that, but Dino, when my wife met him and when I met him, I think the same thing. I'm like, dang, this is like the nicest kid I've ever met.
Yeah.
He's
the best coffee maker.
The best coffee maker, the greatest coffee
Okay, so that's the second time I've heard a coffee maker. Like, do you really make some bomb coffee?
Here.
Yeah.
Oh
see,
my God.
By the way, this episode is sponsored by Starbucks.
Hey.
No, it's not. I wish, but shout out. Black Guys Coffee. Yeah.
Let's go.
But no, a lot of people don't know that Dino was actually married.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What are you talking about? Bro, what are you talking about?
man?
Yeah, he was actually married at one point, and he actually he's been divorced, but because of the same thing. He actually, well, why don't you tell? I'm over here telling you your story.
No, so I was I'm divorced, but I kind of it stepped into the realm of domestic violence as well. She started to like put hands on me.
Wow.
And so, I mean, similar to you, a lot of toxicity. We were both, strong personalities, and it just kind of like hurricane, tornado together and just exploded. But it got to that point where like, whether it started with like some pinching, and then it started with like hands on, and then like so it's kind of like, whoa. For me, I never saw that in my family growing up.
Yeah.
I have God's done a great amount of work in my family. I have, starting with my grandparents. My grandpa used to be an alcoholic, drug addict. He would go to the extent of like, I remember growing up as a kid, this is crazy. I never really told anybody, but like growing up with my grandpa that I'm really close to, I always noticed he was missing his thumb. And growing up, I was always like, Grandpa, like, what happened? And it's like, he was telling me like he bit it off eating a donut or whatnot. So I'm like, okay.
Oh my God!
But as I got
so your thumb doesn't go through the hole. You just
no, it went and he missed.
Yeah, he went. Like, want to see a magic trick? He's like, don't do this. That's so messed up. Oh my God! I'm not over here making fun of your grandpa.
Let the story finish.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
It'll get to answer your question, but no. To give you background, I mean, I finally asked him not too long ago, and he says that in his early years that when he was addicted to like drugs, he needed money, so he chopped up his own finger and went and sold his finger for
Wait,
money.
hold on. What?
Yeah, yeah,
Grandpa, what?
Wait,
Yeah.
you could do that?
Yeah.
What you talking about, man?
Hey, Carla, you got 10 fingers. We'll spare those,
Yeah, yeah.
and then when we're really
So
hurting,
he-
I'll start on mine.
One of you.
Yeah.
I mean, so no, he told me, and I was like, what? So going back to that, that's where my mom's parents, my dad, before she really met him, he was like involved in one of the most dangerous gangs in San Antonio. Hooked on drugs, alcohol, everything. So my parents come from that, but luckily before they had me, they had already got saved. So I never saw any of that really in my household. I never saw that. I've always heard stories. So it's different. Like, I guess, some people grow up in that. And like you said, it makes you like, oh, I can fight for myself. I can defend.
Yeah.
So for me, it was kind of like, whoa, hold on. Like I've heard about this. I've seen it in movies or stuff. But it's just like, it's happening to me. So long story short, it got to that extent. And I mean, it's for a while. It kind of put me in a place when I made that decision. I did kind of get some backlash from people like, oh, like he did the most, like he's like the biggest sin ever, like he's getting divorced. So like when word got out, I even got the backlash from the church and stuff, from church people, and even some of my close friends like, yo, like why? It's just like, man, like once you're in those shoes, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I'm not saying people questioned you, but when you're in that position, saved or not saved, it's, you, for me, and, I don't mean to offend any of the spiritual people, it's, you kind of have to put that aside for a bit and like, yo, like this is for my well-being.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
I don't, no one on this earth deserves to be, put a hand on,
Are you listening, Carla?
Yeah.
She beats the living snot out. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No.
That's sweet.
But yeah, so but once
Yeah.
again, going back to that, nobody knows that.
No.
Like
Yeah,
you see people.
I'm shooketh.
Yeah,
And I will say,
wow, that's King James.
And I will
version.
say this: what's great about for those and anyone who's going through that, who's been through that, I mean, as far as you as you were speaking, I mean, it's really great to hear a story like Tim says. You see, you're very bubbly, you're very outgoing, but to know that you had to go through that to get to where you're at now, you know, and it's one of those things where, when you look at it from perspective, it's like, God kind of throws that in a pot, and not like that, like, oh, God's punishing you, but it's like Ruby's going through some pain, she's going through this and she's going through that, or some depression, or it's just like he stirs up the pot with all that, and he's the only one that will take those kind of things, and like you don't see it now, but I'm stirring it up, and it's gonna get you. You can't see it right now, but in a year or two, you're gonna be in a way better place. And that's the way I saw my situation, because at the time it's like, oh, this never happens to me. Like, oh my God, I got people looking at me now. Oh, he's getting divorced, and oh my God. So now all eyes are on you. And of course, on top of that, you're going through your own personal struggle. But at the same time, for me, it's like Dino's getting a divorce. Like Dino's going through this. He went through his little phase of depression, or isolated himself. But I'm gonna stir up the pot, and he doesn't know that at the end of the day, when people look at those ingredients, like, oh, then your life should be miserable. You should be a failure. But God's like, nah, I'm gonna make the best cake ever, and you don't even know it yet.
Yeah.
So then when it happens, you're like, what? So that's saying, I say that to say, like, everyone goes through something, but if you're in that struggle right now or in that place, God got you, and I know for you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure people or your family are like, hey, like, you gotta trust in God. Like, in those moments, we don't want to trust.
No.
You're like, no, do you know what I'm going through? Like, for you, can you not see where I am physically? Like, it's hard, but it's just like at the end of the day, like, God got you, And so again, I think it's great, Tim. Like you said, there's a lot of artists out there, like, you don't know, like, we don't put on a show. I wouldn't say that,
No.
It's just the fact that, whatever I'm going to, I'm not going to bring it into your life. I'm not going to throw it into Tim. But at the end of the day, we all, I guess the point is, we all go through stuff, whether it seems like it or not, whether you're a, A-list celebrity or whatever your career is, your position is, you might see the smiley face, like Tim said, oh, I met Dean's like the nicest kid and best coffee maker, whatever. Coffee. But I mean, that doesn't mean that I was going through some stuff in that time, but I just decided that, it's time to put it in God's hands, and let Him take control.
And that's the best thing. That literally is the best thing, to just be like, God, like, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
You do something with it. It's like tossing the ball back. Like, all right, I don't want it anymore. And really, like, He does take care of it. Like, for real, whenever I look back at my healing process, I'm like, man, God is so good. If I would have never left there, I would have never been in Grace. I would have never been on these platforms. I would have never, like, I would have been stuck in a position where it's like, no, you can't go anywhere. I couldn't even go to Walmart by myself, or I couldn't walk 5 feet in front of him without him being like, hey, like, you have to stand by me. So whenever I started coming around people that, my friends, their husbands let them go to Walmart by themselves, I was like, what? This is what? This is normal?
Yeah. There's
I was
trust?
like, oh, what? Like, what even is that?
Yeah.
So really, like, trusting God throughout the process. Like, looking back, I'm just like, man, God is so bomb. Like, God is so good.
It's almost like the movie, like, Butterfly Effect. You know what I mean? It's like one thing leads to another, and it leads to another, and it leads to another. But you have to make certain decisions. A lot of people just tend to, it's human nature just to quit, or to just give up, because that's the easy thing to do.
Or like Ruby said too, like, also with the surroundings you have. If they're just like, just
right.
If you're in a relationship, and then you're like, your friends are nothing but single people, and like you go through a hardship, like, don't forget it. Like, it's so easy to quit or to give up. So I think it goes back to, it's crucial to who you have.
Exactly.
It really is. It really is very, very essential and important.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I would have stayed with my old friends, like, before marriage, if I would have gone back to that circle, bro, I'd be a party animal. Like,
like, if you would have stayed with your old producer. No, I'm just playing.
he's just over here.
You instigator.
He's amazing. Shout out.
Yeah, this is why I pay him to do these types of things.
He's lying. He don't pay me.
That is hilarious. But you're in a good spot now.
Yes.
And what, the good thing about it now is that, once again, going back to kind of what I was saying, it takes you into a different level of your life, something else that's obviously different, right? Like, right now, you're obviously no longer in Grace, but now you went solo.
Yeah.
You obviously are in a relationship now.
Yeah.
And see, so, like, it's like, everything's a stepping stone for the next greatest thing, whether it's good or it's bad, right? And so now you're in a relationship. How long have you been in a relationship right now?
We've been in a relationship. It's going to be 4 years in August.
4 years.
Yeah.
That deserves a round of applause. That's crazy. Yeah. 4 years.
He's lucky.
He's lucky.
He's lucky.
He's lucky.
He's
And so we're all just waiting for him to pop the question.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm putting him on the spot. So we here's the surprise for everybody. He's actually gonna go ahead and propose right now. He called me earlier to let me know. So go ahead, Mario. It's all you. He's checking his. You guys can't see him. He's checking his pockets right now, off camera. He's like, oh, you know what? I forgot it.
Dude.
I forgot it at K.
that ring pop melted in the car.
No, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
So now that you're in a new relationship, some people might think, oh, well, maybe she's not ready for the next level,
Right.
Which is obviously marriage. But
Yeah.
a lot of people might actually assume that. I know that for me, that was like, oh, you know what? Maybe she's in a state where she's just very, like, you have a big wall up in front of you. Like, is that the case, or are you've like legitimately moved on?
I've legitimately healed from my past.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Like, I mean, me and this dude have been in the same places together, and it's just kind of like, oh, I'll see him from far, just be like, oh, okay, like, whatever. He's a human. Yeah, honestly, because we're both in the music world. So it's, there'll be times where we'll bump into each other. We won't talk or anything, but I don't feel like a heat flash throughout my body, or I don't start shaking or anything like that. I'm just like, I tell Mario later, like, hey, this dude was there. He's like, what?
Mario's like, what's up?
He's like, what?
I'm not giving this work, man. I'm built different.
No, not at all.
Different man.
No, not at all. But no, yes. I mean, thank.
What happened? You ain't lying. He's
bro.
like, when you say I'm built different, you ain't lying.
Hey, when Mario sees him,
Rip the shirt.
Rips off his shirt.
Yeah, rips off his shirt every day. Just like, yeah.
No, not at all.
hilarious.
Not at all. But yeah, no, completely healed. Thank the Lord. Like I can proudly and gladly say that,
That's
you
so
know,
cool.
that I
so
am
cool.
completely healed. So whenever you talk about a wall, what wall?
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
that's cool because I mean I know a lot of people that definitely. I've had conversations with friends or family, and it's almost like it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
And they don't move on, and they
Yeah.
never move on. And every person that comes into their life, they build up that wall, and they never let them through. Like me being a pastor's kid, you know, I would see people that would always tell my parents, "Oh, I love you, and you're this and that," and then like 6 months down the road, you know, one person makes them mad, or my parents say something, or
like they backstab them or something.
Yeah,
you know?
and then it's
Or they
like,
leave the church.
and so I build up a lot of walls where I'm like, I can't let people in because I have anxiety and I have trust issues because I saw that my parents have been in ministry for 45 years, and yeah, they've been married 46, and
wow.
yeah, I
Yay,
know.
mom and
yeah,
dad.
I know. Shout out.
Woo!
But yeah, they've been and I saw that growing up. You know, I'm 31 years old, so I literally grew up underneath the benches of the church, and I'm not kidding you that I saw it over and over and over. So when I meet people, I tend to have that like, you know, that like bad boy complex of just like, ah, man, I don't need you, like, you know, this and that, and you know, because of that, but. Excuse me, as far as like, you know, it's almost that like, okay, you got to tear down your wall a little bit, you know, you have to like work on yourself and see the good in people.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've been working on. And I've expressed that to Karla. Like, I need to see the good in people because it wasn't allowing me to. And I would just be like, oh, screw you, you're a rat, I hate you, you know.
Oh my
and yeah, for sure, I'm not even kidding. Like, I legitimately was like that.
Yeah, before I was his
team.
assistant, he was the same with me. He was like, "Nah, get out of here."
Yeah.
Like, nah, quit calling me, quit DMing me,
I know,
bro.
quit DMing me. Go back to San Antonio. Don't ever
Leave me
come
alone.
back. Leave me alone. No, but
It's
I
a face for me to just see this face.
yeah. And so that legitimately was me. And so, like I said, when I see people like you and see your story, I'm like, man, here's a girl who legitimately has all the reason in the world to be pissed at somebody or to hate people or to not be in a relationship with a great guy, because you have these huge walls. And here you are saying like, nah, I don't got that. Like that's not even something that.
No,
is in
I
your
don't
mind.
I don't think that I have a wall up. There is definitely. I'm gonna say
Offense?
that there. No, I think that there are some times where there, like some triggers happen. To be honest, because
Okay.
my relationship before my marriage was so traumatic.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like, don't talk to me like this. You're below me. Do you get what I'm saying? So there was a lot of
okay.
things that I could not say, could say. A lot of things that he would say to me that I couldn't, you know, rebuttal. I couldn't defend myself in certain areas. And so sometimes, I'm not going to lie, like there's sometimes where, you know, me and Mario will have a conversation. He'll say the right thing, meaning the wrong thing, right? He'll say the right thing to just trigger something in me. And I'll just be like, oh my God. And later I will realize, and I'm like, wow, that was me defending myself because it's a trigger. So there are certain triggers that I mean, dude, I pray constantly. I'm like, Lord, like take this from me, like heal me from these certain little areas. You know what I mean? Because some dude, it was traumatic. You get what I'm saying?
It's like PTSD, right?
Right. It really is. Like
Yeah.
you hear a gunshot, like you're freaking out, you know?
Yeah.
So there I think early on in our relationship, that's how it was. Now I think that I've gotten a lot better, like without like trying to defend myself all the time. But yeah, there's definitely a couple of things. What'd you say? What'd you say?
He's like, Gloria a Dios.
Gloria a Dios.
I want to say, so in the relationship right now with Mario, let me ask who apologizes more?
Ooh.
I don't know. Babe, who apologizes for? I think
El hermano Mario.
El hermano Mario.
El hermano Mario.
I wanted almond milk, not regular milk on my coffee, please.
I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, sorry.
He's like, I'm so sorry.
But you know what? Honestly, we have a very great relationship. So there really
Y'all
isn't-
do.
there
Y'all actually really
Yeah.
do have a great
We do.
dynamic. Like Mario's he's a great guy, funny guy. He's very outgoing and very spiritual dude as well.
Yeah.
Like he's
my
somebody,
churchiest friend.
Yeah, he's somebody that you bring to mom for sure. Like
For
he's
sure.
a great guy.
Mom fell
and
in
then
love.
and then you're literally like the female version of him.
I
Like honestly, y'all are like crazy together.
Yeah.
So y'all are definitely a power couple. I love
Yeah,
seeing it,
thanks.
and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And then he's obviously heavily involved in your music.
Yeah, he really is.
And I would love to talk a little bit about your music so people can, once again, we're on the
Number one
Come on,
trending
hello.
podcast. So we got to talk about your music. That way, all the three fans can actually,
Follow me on Instagram.
we'll get your handles at the at the
La
end.
Ruby Ruby.
La Ruby Ruby. So tell us, you have 2 singles out,
Yes.
working on a third.
Yeah.
Can you say who's featuring on it?
Can we?
I mean, you're the artist.
I mean,
That's up to you.
no, you just got to follow me on Instagram to see. Just follow me on Instagram. No, I'm talking about.
Yeah. His initials start with a J and a B.
Hello.
No, I'm just kidding.
Are you kidding?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm very sarcastic on this show, though. I'm telling you, a lot of people are like, "Is that a lie or is that a truth?" And I'm like,
Is that a lie or is that
I
a
don't
truth?
know. That's just my comedy, I guess. That's just my sense of humor.
You just
But
got to follow. Keep following.
keep following. Okay.
Because
Yeah.
we're about to drop some surprises.
So a lot of people don't know this, but you ended up you started doing what was it, like R&B ish?
Yeah, it was like
music?
R&B pop.
Okay, yeah, R&B pop.
Yeah.
And I remember the day that you came to the studio.
Yes.
I'll
Me
never
too.
I'll never forget it. So obviously
Is this when she upgraded?
This is when she downgraded. She was like, I want the worst producer in Dallas, Fort Worth. And no, so she ended up coming in, and I always have a creative meeting. So for people that don't know, me and Ruby have known each other
I don't even know.
for a while, like 7 years maybe,
Yeah,
something like that.
7-ish.
Something like that. So yeah. And one day she was like, "Hey, I'm ready to work with you." I'm like, "Yeah, heck yeah, let's do this." Like I obviously knew how talented she was, and I was like, it would be an honor, right? And so she comes in, she sits down, and we start talking just business and also like creative stuff. It's the typical meeting.
So
Like,
she wasn't as awkward like Julio. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No,
You
I've
have
heard of that story.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
heard of it.
yeah. You can watch that on our first episode.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, that one's hilarious. But anyways, so she came in. We had our business meeting like we normally did, and then we ended up listening to music. And I'm thinking, okay, she wants to do like Spanish R&B stuff because that's what she's known for. That's what she's done. Whatever. I think I accidentally, or maybe intentionally, I don't remember. I played one of the beats that I had.
Yeah.
It was
You started-
intentionally.
Yeah,
Which was
you
sensitive.
started-
No, but it wasn't. This is the crazy part, is that I did not think that she wanted to do reggaeton at all. I didn't think she
At
wanted to
all.
do urban music at all. I play it, and it's that whole like, you're sitting back in your chair and you're listening to stuff, and I'm showing her stuff, and she's like, "Oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool." And then I play that one, and she's like, "Oh, wait, hold up. What's that one?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, you're not like, no, this is reggaeton." Like, and she's like, No, that's what I want to do." And I'm like, "Really?"
He like literally turned around. Are you,
I was
what?
like, "Are you sure? You've never done this kind of music." But I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting your skills. You can do it. But I just thought it was like, okay. And that's where it started.
Yeah.
Very well received. People
Yeah.
love that song.
Yeah.
I love that song. Obviously. And then we did the second one, which was El Dueño,
El
which was
Dueño.
kind of like a slowed down urban vibe, which was really, really cool. And that's where you're at right now. I mean, you have those 2 singles. You obviously have a bunch of music that you did beforehand.
Yeah.
Which
We actually took down, but we're re-releasing it next year.
Nice.
To have, more content.
for sure.
Yeah, so
For
we'll
sure.
definitely be re-releasing it.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out. for
So
that.
keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. But yeah, no, I think that was a really dope move for you because once obviously there's an audience for that.
Yeah.
But number 2 is it was kind of outside of your comfort zone a little bit, right?
What?
Like doing urban reggaeton, like
Yeah.
like it
oh,
was
definitely.
definitely something
Oh my
different.
God, yes. It was so out of my comfort zone, but
Yeah.
it was something that I wanted to do. Like I had been, I think in my previous sessions with different producers, I was like, hey, I want to do this type. And I did show a couple of reggaeton songs to a couple of producers, and they were just like, yeah, like that'd be cool. But it never happened. Do you get what I'm saying? So whenever I kind of felt like I was in a position where like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it. But then he
Yeah.
pulled up this track, and I was like, it's meant to be.
And I was
like,
shook it.
Shook it.
he was shook.
You need that.
Shook it. Yeah, I was. I just didn't
Yeah.
expect you to do that. And then we ended up writing the song, rewrote it.
Oh yeah, we totally wrote a whole song, and then we were in the session, and he's like, "Hey, like this is not the song." He's like, "We have to rewrite the whole song," and I was like,
God, I hate doing that.
I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's rewrite. And I'm like, Javi, let's rewrite.
Javi, we need you. Rewrite.
Let's rewrite. So we definitely rewrote the entire song, and we're just kind of like, all right, how do we want to write this? What do we want to write about? And I was like, dude, let's be so literal. I shared my testimony with you guys on Zoom.
Yep.
Remember? And we were just like, all right, the first lines. Estaba en situaciones dando
Let's talk about the rap part.
All right, so that was very awkward for me.
No, you know what? It was the craziest thing. She is very confident. She's a very confident woman. She's very, once again, independent, strong and stuff. Yeah. But when we got to that rap part, she was like freaking out. I'm like, you got to just do it.
You got to
body it, And I remember when we wrote it in, I was like, hey, let's try to do this, whatever. Javi obviously did his thing. Yeah. And then when it came to studio time.
Oh, my God, I was a nervous wreck. Because honestly, I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to a rap piece. I've always wanted to do a speaking piece, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, nah, first the one, it's just, I've never done it.
Yeah.
Two, I can't freestyle. So if I ever do an interview, so they're like freestyle, I'll be like, psych. I'll probably go back to,
go ahead, hit us with it. Hola, yo soy Ruby.
Hola, mucho gusto, yo soy Ruby, la 817, right? So.
No, don't stop.
No soy perfecta, pero. No way, give me a second, I'm nervous.
My food's coming back up.
I'm a little nervous. No, but yeah, it was really awkward for me. And then he told me one thing that kind of snapped whenever we were in the studio. He kind of told me, he's like, it's like you're acting. Look at all those actors. They don't really talk like that, or they don't really act like that. You have to literally get in a role and get it done. Absolutely. So I was like, dang, I put my little chonguitos on, I put my big old hoops on. I was like, hey,
I do remember that.
So I was like, let's go. So I literally stepped into character.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's do it. So, now I'm comfortable with it. So if we were to continue to write stuff like that, I'd be super hype. And I've done it live too, and people loved it. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, that part was definitely awkward. And then also the ad-libs were very awkward for me.
People don't understand how much ad-libs really make a song.
They really do.
They really make the song, but it's the most uncomfortable. Next time when you listen to a Travis Scott record or anybody, they're doing some of the dumbest things. If you just isolate it, yeah, and they're doing some of the weirdest stuff, but in the record it sounds amazing. But people don't understand that it actually it's very uncomfortable.
It literally is the frosting. Do you get what I'm saying? It really is. Yeah. Even though it's hidden in the back, it's that ingredient.
It's like
that's
sprinkles.
Wow.
You don't just grab sprinkles and just eat it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It goes on top, and it's just
it looks pretty.
Yeah, that's all it is, and that's what it really. And that's what I tell people. It's really uncomfortable to just get sprinkles and eat it. So it is acting. It really is. You have to be a method actor and get into the role of whatever genre you're doing, and then that's gonna obviously set you up. For success. And that's the other thing too, is that there's a lot of people that are doing urban and reggaeton music that aren't Puerto Rican. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm definitely not Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
No soy Puertorriqueña. Puertorriqueña.
But yeah,
okay?
Exactly. And it's you got to kind of embody. You got to embody that culture and that thing, and that is definitely the hard part. But
it is, because you kind of have to be honest, it's kind of like you have to do some convincing. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like if somebody else, if an Asian person tried to do rancheras, you have to convince me.
Please tell me how that would sound. Go ahead. Let me hear that real quick.
I have no idea.
I want to hear that real quick. Come on. Yeah,
we're on the number one trending podcast.
Come on. We got to hear that.
I don't know. No, I don't know. Mario's good at that. Mario, get a mic.
Mario's good at get him on a mic. Get him in front of the camera. Get him some headphones.
You should see his face. He's red. He's like, what? He's no, but really, you kind of have to do some convincing.
No, you're right.
And so being Mexican American, going into reggaeton, it's fun. And I'm meeting so many different Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Panamanians. I'm meeting so many people online that are like, hey, what are you? And I'm like, oh, I have a little Mexican flag on my bio. I'm Mexican. Soy mexicana.
Yeah, go look at my bio, man. Come on now.
You missed it? Nah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But it's fun. It's fun dipping into a different culture. It's super cool. You're meeting a whole different. It's literally a whole different world. It really is.
A whole new So what do you have going on in the future? Obviously, I know this answer, but for the people that are watching, I hate doing that. Actually, on the other
no
podcast,
sabe, he doesn't know.
on the other podcast, it's hilarious because I ask those type of questions like I don't know, but I do know. What do you have going on though for the people out there? Like what's your plan? What's your long-term plan? What are you trying to do?
So long-term plan, we gonna continue to release some music.
Drop
we're gonna
some fire.
Yeah.
Drop some fire. Come
Yes. So we're gonna continue to release some music. We have, I think, 2 or probably 3 more EPs, not yet. We had like dang,
drop it 3
chill,
EPs. Bam, 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 bam,
back to
bam.
back.
She heard Javi was releasing singles for the rest of the year. She said,
And I was like,
"I'm
huh,
gonna do
me
3
too.
She's like, me too, dude.
No, but we do have probably about 3 more singles this year that we're dropping. Every single comes with a music video, so check out my YouTube. And then, so we have music videos. We're actually going to Puerto Rico in August to shoot a video, which I haven't even told you about.
I'm finding this out right now. I'm like, wait, should I act surprised or did she already
No,
tell me and I
didn't-
forgot?
I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
We're
so
going to
it's the-
Puerto Rico.
Whoa!
Shout out.
So yeah, we're
Yeah.
planning on going to Puerto Rico. If that
Yeah.
falls through, amazing. So we have a music video out there for the new song that's coming out with my feature, my first feature, which
Yeah.
y'all will have to keep an eye out. A little.
Yeah,
Follow
keep
on
an
that
eye out.
Instagram.
Follow on Instagram, Spotify.
Dope. So 3 more singles for the rest of the year, and then you're gonna re-release some of your older music
Yes.
next year.
Yeah, probably around like February or March. I'll probably just drop it out. Just be like, hey guys, go check it out. Do some promo for that. But I mean, I'm still gonna hit it hard. Like I really want to continue with this genre. It's being well received, and I only have 2 singles.
Yeah.
in
People are
Spanish.
loving it.
Loving it. Like we hit 20K. How many is it now?
Yeah. Shout
It's
out.
probably 24K on Spotify.
24K
for Sentido.
on Sentido.
And then we're almost at 20K
For
al dueño.
Pretty much a brand new artist.
Yeah.
Because you're not brand new. We've established that.
Right,
Like
right.
you know, you're touring with Beyonce and all that stuff.
I
Like
mean,
so
hello.
you're definitely
B.
not hey B. Yeah, just make sure to call her afterwards. I think she was
All right.
waiting for you to call
Yeah,
her back.
she was.
But
She can wait.
she can wait. Yeah. Tim's Rose podcast is more important.
Yes,
okay.
it is.
Number 1 training podcast in the world. But yeah, no, that's you're obviously not brand new, but you know you are in the sense
In
of
this
that
genre.
whenever you switch genres like that.
People are like, "Who are you?" And I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh, nobody." It was so super cool. I had an interview in Expoli, and the lady who did my interview, you know, it was pretty quick and it was cool, smooth. They played my music video. Afterwards, I think it was after Bishop's birthday, which was I don't know a couple weeks ago. Grace got back together just for like a
saw that.
presentation,
Yeah.
for Bishop, and then this lady was like, "Oh my God, that's who you are," and I was like, "Yes." Yes,
the
praise,
hair,
praise
like-
the Lord. Praise the Lord. And she's like, oh my gosh. She started sending me like pictures of like she was actually in Orlando one time that we were there and she was working a venue and she's like, oh my God, like I knew who you are. And I was like, man, that feels so good. You
Plot
know, like,
twist, that
cool.
was the stalker.
Oh my
She's
God,
like,
no,
I'm
nada
back.
que ver.
I'm back.
Nada
All
que
creepy as
ver.
that. Yeah. I'm back, Ruby.
No, not
Here I am.
que ver. It was definitely not her. She's like the sweetest soul. But it was just so cool. Like awesome. Like
Yeah.
people get to recognize. But yeah, anyway, super cool.
That's super dope. So you definitely have a lot of music
Yes.
that's on its way. So please
Yes.
stay tuned for everything that Ruby has coming out because for sure I'm excited.
Yeah.
Once again, I mean you're a killer vocalist. We
Thank
all
you.
know that for sure. And if you don't know that,
Gloria a Dios.
then
Como dice
Gloria a
Mario.
Dios, Gloria a Dios.
Gloria a Dios.
Yeah. How long have you been singing though?
I was probably like when I was born. You know? Yeah. Yeah, growing up. Yeah, so my mom sings. My parents, they both sing. So my mom, she would sing and I would literally follow her. You know, she'd be whatever. They'd give me a fake microphone. And I'd be like right there next to my mom. Eventually, they gave me a real microphone and I was doing BGVs for my mom growing up. But my mom has tons of videos of me like barely being able to say mom and just singing like alabaré. You know, and yeah, and so it's I've been singing all my life, like it's just in my blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's something that nobody knows about you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody knows. Nobody's gonna know nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Ain't nothing. You can't know it.
You
If not, they'll know.
I want. Yeah. No, I'm just wondering. Like, what's like? What do you do outside of music, or what's something just that people just don't know about you? Let's
Well, something that people don't know about me is I'm really good with numbers.
Really?
I'm a nerd.
Really?
Yeah, I love numbers. I'm
Yeah?
really good at like doing accounting stuff. Like I'm really good at that. Another thing, I love to video edit. Like it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I said that earlier.
Yeah, you did. You did. But that's
we're
cool.
currently looking for a video.
Yeah.
editor.
I'm totally down.
Yeah.
Like
The
my
guy was
dad
edit-
just blessed me with a freaking brand new
Oh, yeah.
16-inch i7.
Isn't that what we were praying for, Tim?
I know.
Listen,
Actually,
my
I-
dad answers prayers.
I
Okay.
think the Lord is telling you in your heart.
If your dad is watching this,
Yeah.
Apá.
Our budget here on this show, we might be the number
Apá
one.
necesitan una laptop.
We might be the number one trending podcast here, but our budget is really, really low here. Okay,
But you know what?
it's
We're accepting
almost
donations.
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 click the link
Donations.
below in the description.
Description below. There's gonna be
Ahí
a
en el catch
GoFund
up. En el catch up.
in el catch up. Yeah, so if you guys want to give us any type of
Donation.
donation
Yeah,
or
feel
support,
free.
once again, I will send you Dino's picture. For 10 cents a day.
10
I-
cents a day.
I said-
That's more than you pay me, man. Come on,
I
man.
know. That's tough.
Hey,
right?
those 10 cents add up. I'm going to say that because whenever we were younger and we would bring our report cards back, my
Yeah.
brother's like, hey, every A you get is 10 cents. Bro, I would try to bring straight A's. Sometimes I'd get 10 cents. Or sometimes I'd get
like 50,
like
60
50 cents. My
Oh
brother's
my
like,
God.
dang. So they add up.
Yeah.
Just going to say that.
So any advice to any aspiring either musician, songwriter, or artist that's up and coming?
Yeah.
Anything that's valuable to you? What would you give them?
So just do it. Don't be scared because you don't know how well it's going to be received. I mean, I was terrified to do this little rap part. Oh my God, Dios mío. And
Dios mío.
Dios mío. And I went to a wedding, I think a day after a week after my song was released. I was I was a bridesmaid and I was walking down there like, La Ruby. And I was like, oh my God, so embarrassed.
That has really caught on though.
It really has caught on.
That's caught on. It's like when I felt extremely awkward with Timbro. Like a lot of people don't know, but I ended up going with Timbro because my last name. Have I said this on a podcast yet or no? Okay, so my last name Anzaldua. That's a little crazy. People are.
How do you spell it?
Anzaldua.
I think I spell it wrong every time.
But yeah, people say Anzwalda, Anzaluda, Anzaladita,
What?
Anzaduda. No, I'm not kidding. I
Oh
cannot
my
make this
God.
up.
I mean, I get that with my last name sometimes. too.
Yeah, and people, they see it and they get really intimidated by it and they just stop halfway.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even kidding. It would happen all the time. Like obviously we've gone over that. I used to be a class clown and was a little crazy and
Still is. Still is.
a little bit,
You know.
and they would call my name. If Timothy Anza
Dubla oblongata.
could come to the office, they would just give up, and I'm like, oh, all right, it's or they would announce birthdays. They'd be like, "Happy birthday to Timothy and." Happy birthday. And I'm like,
Happy birthday,
or they
bro.
wouldn't even say my last name.
Timothy A.
Yeah, they'd be like Timothy, and I'm like, what?
How
Come
many
on now.
Timothys are in
Yeah.
this school?
and so I ended up going with Timbro because my sister had me in her contacts as Timbro for the longest time, like back when there used to be the Razor phones, right?
Stop.
Like,
Hey,
I'm
those,
not
man.
kidding.
I had
I'm
one.
When
not
those
kidding.
dropped, bro.
Yeah, she had a pink one. I had a
Come on.
silver one.
Mine dropped.
Oh
and
yeah.
It broke in half. It was so sad.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That was
So
that was
sad.
bad. And so I remember her putting that, and I had like all of these names, and she was just like, I remember seeing it in her phone, and she's like, you should just use that, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of awkward.
Because in Spanish,
And I
it's
remember-
like timbro.
Yeah, timbro, and people already think in Spanish my name is Team Equipo. It's not.
That's my favorite. That's
Yeah.
your new name on my
Yeah,
phone.
It really,
Team.
yeah. They're like, no, sí, hermano equipo, and I'm like, well, you thought my name was Team.
How
Like,
many years have
Team.
I known you?
Yeah, known you 6 years, bro. You don't know my name. So I went with Timbro, and I remember like Marco Barrientos. I remember him asking me, oh, hey, where did you get Timbro from? And I was like, oh, my sister, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, he thought it was way more spiritual. He's like, oh, I thought it's because we were brothers in Christ. And, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, Pastor, whatever you want it to be, bro. Like, yeah, that's
Be like,
that's
that's
it,
your revelation.
Yeah,
Amen.
that's what it is.
God told me.
And I told him what it was. He's like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, all right, cool, we'll go with that. And so I remember feeling really weird about it. And people still do it till today. Like you hear people will come in the studio and be like, oh, so Tim bro. Oh, I'm like, no, you can just call me Tim. That's cool. You can just call me Tim. Like we're friends. But I know the feeling of like when people, like for instance with La Ruby Ruby, and we talked about it. We're like, people are going to start calling you this. This is going to be a thing. And sure enough, I hear it all the time. I say it to you too, like on voice messages. I'm like, La Ruby Ruby, hey, what are you doing? Hope all's well, like blah, blah. And it just rolls off the tongue and stuff. And so I know that was definitely probably really awkward.
It was.
But now it's definitely a thing.
Yeah, it was definitely very awkward. But people now they call me La Ruby Ruby, Ruby de la 817. Or they're like, hey, when are you going to drop some more Ruby tunes? Right? Because they say that.
Yeah.
He said snaps. He said he's gonna copyright all of these little.
They're all copywritten. Do not try to soundbite this. You will get sued.
Do not. You will. Okay. No, but yeah, like people,
That's cool, though.
sticking. It's really sticking to some. Some
but
people.
that's branding, right?
Yeah,
It's
I love
like,
it.
That's branding 101. Is like if you can give something for people to chew on,
If
like,
they can't say cavazos,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they're like cabezos,
cabezos.
cabalabazos.
Oh wow, I like
We've
that.
had that one time we were at a church, bro, and my dad got so mad. They're like, el hermano Calabazos y su familia. He's like, oh, we're playing like that. So whenever I tell you my dad's the jokester, he's gonna like butcher your name on purpose because you did that to him.
you did it to him.
Yeah, so the hermano Sanchez became something else. Like that.
My goodness.
Like it was like the hermano whatever.
I absolutely love that.
But yeah,
amazing.
Totally. I mean, it's easier than cabazos. So
Yeah. No, I totally get it. That makes total sense. Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, I suffered through. Yeah. I still suffer till today. I'll get mail and it's spelled wrong, and I'm like, oh, I'm not paying that bill. My name's wrong.
It's not me.
Yeah, it's not me, man.
Technically, legally, you don't have to.
Crazy story. Now that I'm thinking about this, I actually ended up receiving, how much was it? It was like $800 or something like that. I ended up receiving $800. Okay, long story short, somebody out there, it was an 80-year-old man, had the exact same first, middle, and last name. Mind you, my last name's not very common.
No.
Especially having Timothy Gabriel. I looked it up, and I saw the date of birth. I'm like, I was born in 1990. This guy was born in like 1871. Like this dude's like old, right?
Like 800 years.
Yeah. This guy's like old. He had passed away, and I guess the government owed him money, or somebody owed him money or something like that. They had made him a check. It went to me, and mind you, I had already cashed the check. The money was in my bank account and everything, and I figured it out at the end of it. I was like, oh, it's actually a dead person who lived down in South Texas.
Some more checks.
I know, I was like,
with some more
anybody
zeros.
Else? Yeah, you should have put like 4 zeros, like that movie Blank Check. Just give me a blank check, and I'll just put all these, like.
Okay, so what happened? Did you have to return them?
Yeah,
I mean,
I did not.
It's a blessing from the Lord.
It was a blessing from the Lord. I mean,
brother, did you tithe, brother?
Yeah. Did you tithe?
So I gave my $80 to my dad's church. Shout out. No, I'm just kidding.
Where's your dad? Abba, is that true?
It is true.
Is that true?
Bro,
it is true.
The money.
Yeah, go to the logs. You'll see there $80.
What year was this? A ver.
Man, this was a while ago, right? This was like
2 weeks ago.
This was like 2 weeks ago, like 7 years ago, right? Yeah, it was about 7 years.
7 weeks ago.
7 weeks ago.
Hours.
Yeah, no, it was like 7 years ago.
Wow.
And it was probably the coolest $800 I've ever had. And I don't remember what I bought with it, but I was so excited. I was
Groceries.
like, yeah, no. I'm like, no, we're all starving. I'm about to go buy some equipment for my studio.
Yeah.
I'm about to go
That's
buy.
how you got the slate mic, man.
That's how I got the slate mic. Yeah, see, people don't know these things,
It's a
man.
dead person's
Blessing from the Lord.
Yeah, it was the craziest thing. And I was like, you know what? I felt like I was in touched by an angel. You know what I mean?
God
Like the
works in
angel-
mysterious ways.
God works
Hey,
in
you know what?
mysterious
Some
ways,
people
and that was
pray.
crazy.
Some people pray for checks in the mail.
Hey,
Listen.
Karla must have been praying
Listen.
hard.
I know, right?
Manda un cheque.
we were poor back in those days, all right? So
Listen,
$800 was like
$800
we made
is-
it.
You know, Tim
Yeah.
bought himself that PlayStation at the time.
Oh, absolutely, man! I'm telling you, I bought everything with that $800, man. It was
He
great.
stretched those $800.
Oh yeah. I
Every
put it in a
penny
savings
counted.
account. It's still there. I still have some of it. So we are now in the part of our podcast, our show,
Yes.
where we are going to do something a little bit different. We were unable to do this the first two guests.
They didn't
however,
want to sign the waiver. So.
They didn't want to sign the waivers. They
Listen,
were
I am
scared. You have health
down.
insurance?
I have life insurance.
Okay, great.
Dang.
Karla, she signed the waiver. We're good. Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay, so
Hey,
this is
Tim, am I covered? My health insurance kicked back in? Or?
yeah, nah.
I thought you
You
said
know
you
what?
got a deduction.
Depending on how you answer these questions, I'll give you your health insurance back. All right.
okay,
And I might think about the dental. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sometimes it makes me mad, and I just gotta pop them one, and then that tooth just it comes out, and
Just
so.
put some glue, dude. You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
so right now we're just going to glue. Yeah, you're like, hey, he's gonna be like that.
The whistle.
It's the whistle for me. All right, so we've all written down some questions for each other. So I'm gonna try to do my best to read them off. I have a lot of brain damage, and I'm dyslexic, and I honestly barely passed high school. So I'm gonna try to read these questions and read y'all's handwriting as best as I possibly
over here
can.
has like
Sorry,
a
my chicken
bachelor's.
scratch. Yeah.
I'm only good at making music, man. And even then, I'm all right, okay? I'm going to read off these questions, okay? These are really edgy questions, and you can either do two things. You can either answer them truthfully, or you cannot answer them, and we have... Whoa.
Microphone's just like,
microphone
The
just
chicks
wants to
over
do it, yeah. Or you can...
Smell it.
Take your...
I'm
Yeah,
not
smell
Smell
that.
it. Come on, Ruby.
You can take your chances.
Tell 'em what it is. Tell 'em what it is.
You can take your chances on eating one of these jelly beans. Now, they're mixed 50-50, right? You got some jelly beans that
Bro,
are
this is a sin. This smells so bad.
so you have some jelly beans
Oh
in there
my
that
God.
are actually they're good.
I'll tell you.
And then there's some that are bad.
We
Dude,
have
it
like
smells-
stink bug. We have
It smelled
rotten,
like dog food.
rotten egg. It was worse than that.
Yeah, it was.
Barf, booger, stinky socks, dirty dishwater, toothpaste, canned dog food, spoiled milk, and dead fish. We got toasted marshmallow, buttered popcorn,
throw up already.
peach, juicy pear, tutti frutti, birthday cake, berry blue, chocolate pudding, coconut, and strawberry banana smoothie.
So you have a 50-50 chance
Yeah.
on getting something good
Have you got a whiff of
or something
this?
bad. No, I don't need a whiff it.
No,
I'm
no,
good.
you
I'm
need
good.
to.
No, it's okay. No,
Dude,
it's
come
fine.
on,
No.
You're on the number one trending podcast. It's only
Yeah,
only
you have
fair.
to. It's only fair.
Oh my God! It smells like feet. Oh my God! No! All right, I'm just gonna go
So
ahead and
let's
answer.
answer these.
I'm just gonna go ahead and answer everything that's on here. I don't care how edgy it is.
Ay.
So you either tell the truth, answer it truthfully, and expose yourself a little bit
Wow.
on the number one trending podcast,
Number
Veremos.
one trending.
or you have to you have a 50-50 chance of getting either something good or something bad
Yeah.
out of our jelly
Bean
bean.
boozled.
Bean
Dude,
boozled.
no, I'm already nauseous.
Let's go. Let's get it
After
rolling.
smelling that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, that was
All
so
right,
bad.
so
I'm definitely gonna need some water.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah. Do we have water?
yeah, can we get some water?
Yeah, please.
'Cause
To like wash it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because,
You can
you know,
spit it
dude-
out. You can spit it out if you
Dude, the
absolutely want to.
aftertaste. Do we have mint?
Oh yeah. Huh? Yeah, you have to eat it. All right, that's coming from our
Producer says we
Yeah.
have to
Producer
eat
Jesus,
it. There's no
like-
spitting out.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay.
Are you sure that was in the waiver?
I don't know. I have no clue. You know what? There was a lot of fine
Thank
print
you.
there, so I'm
Do you want
not
me
too
to?
sure. Yeah. All right.
Today's
Cool.
podcast is sponsored by.
We're also sponsored by Great Value Purified Drinking Water.
water.
So yeah, it gives you all the essential flavor enhancements, minerals, and all that good stuff. So
It has-
it's great value. It can't be that great for you, okay? All right. So here are some questions that we all came up with for each other. So I'm going to go ahead and read this.
It's only
one
fair
off.
that Ruby goes first, though. 'Cause
It
she's
is
our
only
guest,
fair. It is
so.
only fair.
Oh my God, guys.
Okay. So we've all established that you've had another producer, and I'm obviously your new producer. But this question is basically asking between your old producer and your new producer, who is more talented?
Okay, give me. No, guys. Y'all are both very
No,
fast.
you have to choose one.
to
You have to
answer.
choose one. You either you have to choose or you have to eat. Go ahead.
Well, I answered it.
No,
No,
both is
no,
not
no.
an answer. Both is not. This
Also,
clearly is
no.
asking what it is.
Okay, so both cannot be the answer.
Both cannot be-
Dang it. Okay, so I need to eat a little.
She doesn't.
So
You don't
if-
want to answer.
If you don't want to answer,
No, dude.
okay.
The both of y'all are amazing. I
All right.
technically did
Go
answer.
for it. Go for it. Let's see
I
what
don't
she
know.
gets.
No. All right. So you're
I'm
gonna
shaking it.
you're gonna push up on it. I think you got to open it,
Ay.
and I think you either push down or push up. I can't
Push
remember.
down. I think one will pop.
Dude,
up.
se me va a romper
No,
la
no, no,
uña.
no, no, no. Push up. Push up.
I'm confused.
Push it. Lab. Push that piece up. Yeah, there you go. Now push it down.
Dude, it
Okay.
came out too.
Oh, hey.
She got
Wait,
lucky.
producer-
I don't know. Producer.
Oh
What?
my god! I have to
No.
pick
She's
them
got to eat
both?
both. No, does she get to pick which one, or the audience
my
gets
God,
to pick?
I'm so
Hold on,
scared.
audience gets to pick. We do have a live audience here for you guys
We
that can't
do.
see us. Okay, there is a lime green one, and there's
Don't read,
a
don't read,
purple
don't read.
one. No.
Ah!
Lime green or purple?
It's not purple. It's brown.
Oh, or brown.
Oh my god! I'm
Brown or
bad.
lime green? Brown. Lime green. You're the deciding one. Okay, they're helping you out there. Check what lime green could be. I even
Booger-
hear it in her breath. She's like,
Either booger. Oh my god, I'm grossed out. Booger or juicy pear.
okay, 50-50
Or
chance.
oh, okay, no, that's the one I'm having.
Okay, are you sure you don't want to answer?
Bro, chill.
All right.
I mean, the answer is easy. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I know you could just
my,
make it.
both my producers are amazing. Y'all need to chill.
All right,
bro.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Dios mío,
A drum roll. Can we get a? Do we have a drum roll on
No.
there? No, he took it
No,
off
we
earlier
didn't.
today. All right, go ahead. Let's.
You can't.
No,
Oh
no,
my
no,
God.
no
You can't
smelling.
smell it.
No smelling.
Now she has to eat
No
both
smell-
of
Now
them.
you have to eat
Come
both
on,
of them at the same time. Go for it. Go for it. Go for
Okay,
it.
here, hold this.
All right, here we go.
Oh my god, I'm so grossed out. Oh my god, I want to throw up.
No, you're good. You're
Wait,
good.
Open up my water. Freaking out. I think it's the wrong one.
You were a kid. You ate your boogers.
But
Come
you
on
gotta
now.
at
I
least-
never
she
did.
has to at least chew it. You can't just.
Yeah,
pop
yeah.
it
You
in
gotta
your
at least
drink. You
chew
gotta at
it.
least chew it.
At
Can I
least chew
spit it out?
Can she spit it out? No.
Oh my god, y'all. I'm really gonna
clean up
probably-
after yourself.
Okay, move. Get away from the door and hold your laptop because I might bump into it. I'm gonna run.
No, no running. No running. All right, here we go. And. You can spit it out, spit it out, spit it out, spit it out. All right, that's the consequences of not answering the question and answering it correctly.
Oh my god, y'all. This.
Oh, that was nasty,
said,
right? She, George Lopez over here. Oh, she's spitting water. She's spitting water at everybody. Lee,
That's it. Oh my god, y'all. We need a mix.
it is
Like-
it is SeaWorld over here. I'm in the front row and she's spitting out water.
Oh my god, that was so gross.
All right, next question. Are you ready for this, Ruby?
Oh, it's
Oh,
me
she goes
again.
Yeah. Oh, you want us to switch it up? I mean, we
Yeah,
can. Okay.
please.
All right.
I'm
All right.
not
Keep it-
down
we
for
can stay on
another
her.
jelly bean.
Okay. Cool. Here we go.
Oh my God, that's so
Next
gross.
question.
Just give it to me, bro.
Okay,
Come
here we
on,
go.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Here we go for Dino. What is the worst mix you have done with Tim? So meaning who's
Released.
at released song. What is the worst one in your opinion that we have mixed that you're just like this just ain't it?
Bro, he already just pulled out his jelly beans.
He already pulled it out. He already pulled it out.
I know the answer.
Are you gonna?
Right off the back. Easy. This one's easy.
But you gotta answer truthfully. It
He's
can't be
looking
playing
at
around.
me, bro.
Yeah, I know. He's like sentido.
I know the answer.
He's looking two ways. You're gonna answer?
Man, no.
You're on the #1 trending podcast right now, man. I mean, that you're
We gotta
treading
have
on some
fun.
water.
We
Yeah,
gotta have some fun.
Yeah,
guys.
you
I know
do.
it.
Come on.
I know who it is, and I. All right, audience.
Oh God! All right, what are the colors we have?
I don't know.
No,
Okay,
just-
off
These aren't
air.
even
Off
colors.
air. I want to know.
It's just.
Put one in your left hand, one in your right hand. All right, left or right,
Wait, but
Mario?
don't touch them.
Nah, you'll be all right. His left or your left? Okay, his right. So right hand,
Right.
right
Oh,
hand,
it doesn't. It doesn't matter.
right hand. Your girl's saying, man, it don't really matter.
Yeah.
What could it be?
I honestly don't know this. I think that. Oh my god.
Mario.
I don't
Pace.
know. This could either be the bar for peach or the dead fish and strawberry banana smoothie? I don't know.
A ver, pues,
All right. Well, we're about to find out. All right, here we go.
Open your water, just in case.
Moment of truth. Here we go. Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm actually kind of nervous for this
I don't
part
know.
of the.
There's too many.
Yeah.
A ver, let me see. I didn't even see it. Let me see it.
I mean, or is that the stink bug or?
No, it could be either dirty dishwater, or birthday cake.
Well, I can't because I'm like colorblind, so I don't know.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. What?
No, wait. I don't know. It could either be a stink bug, toasted marshmallow, or dirty dishwater.
All right, let's just say you have a 50-50 chance of that being really nasty. Is it good?
I don't know.
He's colorblind and has bad taste buds. Gotcha.
He needs his
I don't know what
insurance
this
back.
is, bro.
Is it bad? Yeah?
Where is?
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know.
All right, he doesn't know.
All right.
All right.
Okay, Tim. Where's your question?
Let's see.
That might have been toasted marshmallow.
You think so? Oh, well, he got a good one. Like, breathe a little
All
bit.
right. Okay.
No.
So this one says the handwriting's a little weird, so I'm gonna try to read this as best as I can. But from 1 to 10, how much? I can't really read this. But essentially, what it's asking is, out of 1 to 10, how responsible am I for making you sound good?
Oh, you're asking me?
No, this is for me.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. So, how much am I responsible on a scale of 1 to 10? Like 1 being I'm not responsible at all, 10 being like I help you out a lot.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
What do you think? What is it?
I'll answer that. That one's actually pretty good. It's easy too. I would say, honestly, truthfully, I would say probably like a 2. Because I mean, I tune a little bit.
Yeah.
I edit the vocals a little bit. So
So are you talking about like me, or are you
Yeah,
talking?
you.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you.
Oh, I thought you
You,
were talking
yeah.
across the board.
no, you.
Also, like
Oh,
she said,
that's
we
so
can.
sweet.
Oh, okay, I thought you.
Yeah.
Es que
so-
sé cantar a little bit.
Yeah, you know to sing a little bit. I mean, other people, I mean, it might be more of like an 8, a 9, maybe even a 10.
Oh yeah,
I'll
we've
take a
had
2.
some 12s.
But I would say a 2. I would say a 2 because truthfully, like you can actually really sing, but obviously we do edit a little bit. You
Yeah,
know, we kind of
of course.
fine tune some things here and there. But I would say a 2.
Cool.
So there you go. All
I'm
right.
honored.
I definitely saved myself from eating something really nasty.
Pues gloria a Dios.
Pues gloria a Dios. Okay, this is for Ruby.
Ay, dude, skip me.
You have done music in English and Spanish.
Yeah.
Which audience do you love more?
Oh my God, y'all. That's kind of like the producer thing. Well, I love them both. I
Yeah.
love them both. But to be honest, TBH.
TBH.
The Latin community has blown my mind.
Okay.
So definitely
Yeah.
my Latinos.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Other
Hey,
people.
yeah, that's a good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
Yes.
All right.
Latino gang.
Sound like Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, good answer. Good answer.
The first name.
Naked Grandma.
No. My favorite one with Family Feud. Name or give us a name with the letter
Oh.
H.
Oh, he goes.
Jose.
Jose. Yeah.
They're like, good answer.
Yeah,
good answer.
You got
name a boy's name with the letter H.
Yeah.
Jose.
Jose, yeah, all confident, and Steve Harvey's just
confident,
like,
yeah.
yeah. He's like, nah, man,
He's like, this guy said Jose.
that ain't it. That ain't it.
All right, next question.
Okay, this for Dino. Out of all the sessions that you have mix prepped, okay, so for people that don't know what that means, obviously when the session is ready to get mixed, it gets prepped to get mixed. So a lot of times, sometimes that's editing, sometimes it's vocal tuning. Out of all of those sessions that you've either mixed, prepped, or tuned, who was by far the worst person?
Dude, just answer it. Quit getting them jelly beans.
I- no,
Te
no,
la vas a acabar.
I know the answer to that, but I gotta keep. Yeah.
scared.
God,
I don't want to hurt some. I don't want to hurt the feelings.
Okay, what
of-
is that one? That one's probably Fruity Shooty. Or the...
This one
Tutti
is,
Frutti.
Tutti Frutti.
Oh yeah, or it could be Stinky Socks.
All right.
Stinky
Perfect.
socks.
Stinky socks. Stinky socks. I like it. All right, man. So you're gonna eat it, or are you gonna tell us who is the? I mean, who had by far the worst voice? just the
it's worse
session.
voice.
Yeah, I mean, worse voice, worse mix prep. Doesn't matter. Whatever.
Oh, that's Julio. No,
Poor guy didn't even hear to defend
no.
himself.
Julio's my boy. Julio's my boy.
He's our boy, though. That's our
He's
boy.
about to eat a jelly bean. He's
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah? All right, here we go. Oh, good. Okay.
God is good. God is good.
He's good.
He's
He's
good.
good.
Yeah.
All right. This one is for
For
me.
you.
Oh, my God.
I got one for Tim. I got one.
No, this one's pretty good, man. This
Yeah?
one's pretty freaking good.
A ver.
Out of all of these artists that you work with, who is the best? Here's it. They gave me 3 people. So they gave me 1, Josh Urias,
Okay.
2,
He's bomb.
Javi,
Super bomb.
3, Destiny.
Too. She's super bomb too.
That's
a hard one, bro. Because they
Just
all.
go ahead and,
Here, let me give you the jelly beans.
Yeah,
No,
I
dude, answer it. Answer
I
it.
can't answer
okay.
that.
Oh no. Rank them from best to worst.
I can't do that. Just go ahead and give it to me. No. I'm gonna get so much hate if I.
Dude.
No. I
Dude.
can't do that. I can't
Just
do that. I
answer
can't
it,
do that.
dude.
All right, come on, Lord.
What is that one?
That already looks nasty.
That looks like strawberry shortcake. No, I don't
That
even
one
know
already.
this one.
That one already looks
like
really
peaches and
bad.
cream.
Oh man.
A
All
ver.
right, you just got to do it.
Your water ain't even open, by the way, FYI.
Oh yeah. let me-
Mario said
I got you, I got
Mario
you.
said that peach ain't from Georgia.
Oh, we're about to find out where it's from.
ver.
So yeah, what could this be? This could be.
Dude.
No, yeah, this could be dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie.
My God. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm a little nervous.
You'll be all right.
All right, here we go. Ready?
But savor it. Savor it. Bro, what
It's
is it?
good. It's good. It has to be good.
Oh no.
Dude, are you all right?
It literally tastes like raw fish.
Oh my God. Ew.
You know what? I'm a man up. I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
Wow, he didn't spit it out.
You're built different.
I'm built different.
You know, okay, great. He said he really did not want to answer this.
No, I'd have people coming after me, man. So I can't do that.
That is
I think it was the last. That was pretty much. That was it. It was 2 questions each, right?
Yeah.
Those two-
That was
all right.
fun.
So that is that's our new game that we're playing at the end of all of our podcasts. Just to spice things up
That's
a little
dope.
bit. Yeah, no. So we're at the end of our podcast. Obviously, thank you guys so much for watching. We are super excited. Once again, thank you so much for having. Thank you so much for having me. Does that even make sense?
Does that even make sense? You're welcome.
I think it's the dead fish that's it's still up.
That
I
brain
can-
damage and all
No,
that.
and honestly, I can still taste it.
No, your face is like cringing.
Yeah, no, I'm still it feels really nasty. Like it's just in there. So let me do that one more time.
It's the after.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok, and on Instagram. Go ahead and give your socials, your social security number,
It is
social security account. Go ahead, everybody, get your pen and
all
paper
your stalkers.
for all your stalkers.
it is. No, y'all can follow me on IG at official Ruby Cavazos. I am sure it'll be somewhere along these lines. Right here.
Right there. Dino, make sure to put it
or
there.
this way. Ding. Or right here. Yeah, official Ruby Cavazos all across the platforms.
Awesome.
Yeah, Spotify Ruby Cavazos.
Perfect.
YouTube Ruby Cavazos.
Yeah, make sure you guys show her some love. Make sure you guys go out and once again stream her music.
Yeah.
You have your vlog, so
Yes.
make sure you guys go subscribe to her vlogs and you can totally keep up with her, stalk her as much as you guys want to
On social media.
social media, not in real life.
Not in real life because if I posted it, I'm not there anymore. Okay, I'm like coffee shop. I was there an hour ago. 2
Yeah,
hours
no.
ago.
So once again, thank you so much for coming out and being with us. This definitely won't be the last time. We definitely have to have you come back out, especially once your vlogs take off and you have like
Listen.
a bunch of them.
They're about to get even better. Like right now, I'm just testing the waters, but
Yeah.
literally, like we're gonna have some fun on.
Awesome.
Them,
Yeah, just make sure that you guys follow her, like and subscribe to all of her social media accounts. And once again, you can find me at Timbro Music. You can find Dino at
Dino Snack.
Snack. There you go.
Snack.
We got snack.
Snack.
Dino, you a snack. You a snack.
Hey, Dino Snacks.
Yeah. So make sure to go follow him, the greatest coffee maker of all time,
Facts.
and greatest assistant you can ever ask for. So see, that was nice.
Yeah, that was
I
nice.
thought you
really
said
nice.
you can never ask for it. Did you say
Yeah.
never ask?
Never ask for what?
No, I thought that's what you said.
Oh no, you can definitely ask for coffee anytime, and he's got you. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.